Hello everyone, I am Hannah Anelia Shan. Brunei has a high literacy rate of 97.6% in 2021 and an even higher functional literacy rate of 99.7% ages 15 above in 2023, showing that almost everyone in the country can read, write, and use these skills in daily life. The government launched the SPN 21, or the National Education System of the 21st Century, in 2009 to improve English literacy and prepare students for modern jobs. However, some challenges still exist, such as gaps in basic reading, writing, and math skills that affect students' performance. To address this, Brunei focuses on upskilling its people through programs in financial literacy and higher education. These efforts aims to build a stronger, more skilled workforce and support the country's goal of economic diversification. Cambodia has a literacy rate of 84% in 2022 and a functional literacy rate of about 88.4% in 2022, showing that while many people can read and write, there is still room for improvement. The country launched the Digital Media and Information Literacy, or DMIL, framework to help students and workers gain digital skills needed for today's world. However, Cambodia still faces big challenges, including the lasting effects of the past conflicts in education, a lack of reading materials, and high dropout rates caused by poverty. Many people also struggle to find jobs that match their skills. The government aims to build a digital ready workforce to support economic growth and compete in the regional market. Compared to the Philippines, Cambodia's education problems are more tied to poverty and limited access to quality schooling, while the Philippines focused on more on reducing unemployment and strengthening literacy programs in schools.
Hi, good day everyone. My name is Karen Berliu, and now let me share with you my part about this topic. Alright, so good day everyone. So before I start, let me share with you about the literacy and functional literacy situation of Indonesia and Laos compared to the Philippines, including their programs, challenges, and impact in the workforce. So first, let's talk about the Indonesia. So the literacy rate of Indonesia and adult, it has a 96% during 2020 and 99.76% in 2021. So in the youth, it has a 15 to 24, it has a 100%. So now let's move on, or let's move forward to the functional literacy. So functional literacy, only 45% functionally literate in PISA 2018-2022, and many students struggle with comprehension and real-life application. So in the major literacy initiative of the Indonesia, in the JLN, the National Reading and Comprehension Campaign, during on 2015, and the second is the JLS, the School-Based Literacy Culture, and the third is the TBM, the Community Reading Centers. So now, let's move forward their challenges nga ilang na face. Mga, yeah. So first, which is the urban rural education gaps, and second, poor access to books in rural areas, and also ongoing investment and literacy-based vocational training. So now, let's move forward to the comparison to Philippines. The Indonesia compared to Philippines. So, it higher basic literacy 99.76% vice Philippines 93.1%. The lower functional literacy of 45% vice Philippines 70.8%. The Philippines leads in comprehension and inclusive literacy programs. So now, let's move forward today, Laos, the country of Laos. So the country of Laos, their literacy rate in adult, it has 87.52% in 2022. And the youth, they have a 94.51% in 2022. So their functional literacy, it has no official data. So wala may na kita nga data. But there's many students lack comprehension and numeracy despite schooling, and self-reported stats often overstate actual skills. So mura na among nakuha na data from Laos. So their major literacy initiative, the UNICEF Learning and Skills, the foundational literacy, and the ACAP, the World Bank, teach training and early training. And the DVV projects adult literacy for rural and ethnic groups. So now, let's move forward to the challenges nga ilang na face. So first, which is the literacy rates below 5% in remote areas. And the second is the shortage of trained teachers and materials. And third, which is the gender and regional disparities. So now, let's move forward to the impact on the workforce. So first, which is the low job readiness and productivity. And the second is the employers struggle to find skilled workers. And third, which is the rural areas lack access to teach-based jobs. So now, let's move forward. The comparison to Philippines. So the Laos country compared to the Philippines. So the Laos, it's a lower literacy overall, while the Philippines, it shows stronger functional literacy and inclusive campaigns. And the Laos still faces major equality gaps. So that's all for my part. And I hope nakasabot mo yung understand sa akong discuss. And thank you.
Malaysia's literacy rate is very high, about 95% in 2019, and its functional literacy rate reached 95.7 by 2022. To maintain this, the government launched several literacy programs such as the Malaysian Education Blueprint from 2013 to 2025, which focuses on improving education quality for all students. National Reading Movement, this promotes reading habits among citizens. The Functional Literacy Program helps adults improve reading and writing skills for work and daily tasks. The Digital Education Transformation Initiative encourages digital learning and technology use in schools. And finally, community and library outreach programs, which bring learning opportunities to more people, especially in rural areas. However, Malaysia also faces some challenges, like the literacy gaps between urban and rural areas, young people losing interest in reading because of social media and online entertainment, socioeconomic issues where poorer families have fewer learning resources, and learning loss after the pandemic, which affected student progress. Despite these, the impact on Malaysia's workforce is very positive. Because of literacy, Malaysia has a skilled multilingual workforce, helping the country grow into a knowledge-based economy. Good literacy programs also make Malaysia more attractive for global investors, creating more job opportunities. Lastly, if we compare Malaysia and the Philippines, Malaysia's functional literacy rate of 95.7 is higher than the Philippines' 90%. This shows that Malaysia's continuous education efforts have helped improve its literary outcomes faster. Moving on to Myanmar, unlike Malaysia, Myanmar still faces a few more challenges when it comes to literacy. As of 2019, the country's literacy rate is about 89.1 and its functional literacy rate is about 89.5%. To address this, Myanmar has launched several literacy initiatives, such as the UNICEF Learning and Non-Formal Education Programs, which supports children and adults who are out of school. National 40-Day Literacy Campaigns programs designed to teach basic reading, and writing. The alternative education subsector framework, giving flexible learning options for those who can't attend regular classes. These problems affect the workforce as well. Many workers still lack higher level literacy and technical skills, which limits their job opportunities and affect national industries. Still, the continued literacy and non-formal education programs are helping improve basic employability for many citizens. When we compare Myanmar to the Philippines, Myanmar's literacy rate of 89.1 is lower than the Philippines' 97%. The difference is mainly because Myanmar focuses on basic access and participation, while the Philippines struggles more with learning quality and comprehension.
Now, let's proceed to the Philippines. For the literacy rate of the Philippines, year 2020, we have 97%. So this means almost all the Filipinos age of 10 and above can read and write a simple sentence. A 97% literacy rate shows that the majority of the population has a basic education, communication skills which are essential for learning, working, and participating in society. And for the functional literacy, we have 70.8 age of 10 to 64. So functional literacy goes beyond basic reading and writing. It means being able to understand and use the information in daily life, such as following instructions, doing a simple math, and in solving a real-world problems. A 78% shows that while most Filipinos can read, not all can apply their literacy skills effectively, especially in particular or job-related tasks. And for the major literacy, we have a Basic Literacy Program or BLP under the Alternative Learning System or ALS aims to reduce illiteracy among out-of-school youth and adults. It teaches essential skills in reading, writing, and numeracy, helping learners to gain confidence and eventually continue the higher level of education or employment. These problems is part of the government this program is part of the government efforts and promote lifelong learning and inclusive education. And for the challenges faced, we have economic growth versus poverty. Although the Philippines experience economic growth, many citizens still live in poverty. This means that benefits of growth are not evenly shared. Limited access to equality education, job opportunities, and resources continue to hinder many Filipinos from improving their living conditions, showing that economic progress must also focus on social inclusion. And for the impact of workforce, we have high employment rate. We have 96.1% in August 2025. So, a high employment rate indicates that more Filipinos are finding jobs, which contributes to national productivity and economic stability. However, it also highs the need to match education and skills with job requirements. Certain literacy and functional literacy programs can help ensure that workers are not just employed but also capable, efficient, and competitive in the both local and global markets. And now, let's proceed for Singapore. The literacy rate of Singapore, we have 97.0%. Singapore has a very high literacy rate, meaning that nearly all citizens can read and write effectively. This reflects that country has a strong education system which focus in both academic excellence and practical skills development. High literacy levels support Singapore's success as a global leader in business, science, and technology. And for the functional literacy rate, there is no official data yet available for 2025, but past reports, OECD 2024 shows that Singapore have a strong literacy and numeracy skills. Overall, however, this is growing skills gap. As a younger people, age of 16 to 24, perform above OECD average, while older adults show declaring proficiency. This means Singapore's must continue promoting lifelong learning. It keeps its workforce competitive in a fast-changing world. Next is major literacy. So Singapore has several key programs to strengthen literacy. First, they have strategies for English language learning and reading, help primary students to develop strong reading and language skills. Next, they have National Digital Literacy Program. So provide students with personal digital device to enhance learning and prepare them for technology-driven workplace. Next, we have media literacy education. It's integrated into character and citizenship education program to teach critical thinking and responsible online behavior. These initiatives ensures that students are well prepared for both academic success and digital life. And for the challenges faced is high cost living. So Singapore high cost living is a major challenge for many residents. Prices for housing, food, and everyday goods and rising partly because the country relies a highly on imported product. While Singapore economy is strong, this challenge affects affordability and create pressure lower and middle income families. And for the impact of workplace, we have a job displacement for automation. Automation and artificial intelligence or AI are rapidly changing Singapore job market. While these technologies increase efficiency, they also threaten to replace some manual or routine job. Workers who lack of digital or IT skills are at risk of being displaced. This challenge emphasizes the importance of continuous training and digital literacy to help workers adapt a new job demands. And for the comparison to the Philippines is Singapore has a highly developed, stable, and business-friendly economy. It is one of the world's wealthiest nations known for advanced infrastructure, modern technology, and efficient government systems. And for the Philippines is still developing country with a growing economy. However, it faces challenges such as outdated infrastructure and limited access to resources in rural areas which affect transportation and communication and job opportunities. Overall, Singapore's focus on education, technology, and innovation has made it all global leaders, while the Philippines continues to work towards inclusive growth and modernization.
So the next country is we have the Thailand. Based on my research, Thailand has the literacy rate of 94.1 in 2023 with a functional literacy rate of 91.1 in 2022. The government's Anywhere Anytime project, which provides digital devices to students, aims to strengthen digital literacy and prepare learners for a technology-driven world. Despite these efforts, Thailand still faces language-related challenges. Its alphabet, vowels, and tone systems make reading and comprehension more complex, limiting higher-level literacy and critical thinking skills. This affects workforce readiness as many Thai workers continue to struggle with English proficiency and foundational literacy, even though digital and technical skills are improving. And then we have also the Vietnam. On the other hand, it maintains a slightly higher, in my research, it has a literacy rate of 96.13% in 2022 and a functional literacy rate of 97.29% among adult age of 15 to 60. Its success can be traced back to the 1945 to 1954 literacy campaign, which emphasized mass education and compulsory learning for all. However, Vietnam also faces challenges such as socioeconomic and inequality and gaps in critical and financial literacy, particularly between rural and urban areas. Nevertheless, high literacy levels have contributed to a more skilled and innovative workforce, resulting in better employment and quality and higher wages. When compared to the Philippines, both Thailand and Vietnam highlights different strengths and weaknesses. In the Philippines, it has a bilingual education system that promotes
Filipino, and English with mother tongue-based learning in early grades. Although it achieves high basic literacy, functional literacy remains a concern, limiting how effectively citizens use reading and writing skills in daily and professional life. Thailand focuses more on improving English proficiency and digital skills, while Vietnam's emphasis on teaching, training, and early education produces strong learning outcomes despite limited resources. Overall, the comparison shows that while all three countries prioritize literacy, Vietnam's consistently investment in education quality and Thailand's focus on digital literacy mark them as model of progress in Southeast Asia's educational landscape.